Episode of Monday Guitar Motivation. What I want to talk to you about today is thinking about your approach and the way things feel and the way things sound and the dynamics that you use, and not just the scales that you're using or the licks that you're using or some theory you've been working on. Those are all great things. But one of the things I think about a lot is the approach that you're using when you're playing. So let's say, for instance, you go in and you start trying to do some soloing, or you're, maybe writing something or whatever it might be. So things, subtle elements like maybe sliding in and doing a nice vibrato, or maybe, you're doing, like, I love half-step bends. That's something I use a lot, are half-step bends. Because I like the sound of those. Now, again, yours might be something else, but think about the subtle elements that you can utilize in your playing. So if I was going to take something like this, and I'm just jamming an E minor here, but so maybe adding in a little bit of palm muting, some sliding. And the other thing I think about a lot is the use of my volume as I'm playing. Really trying to figure out what the sound is that I'm hearing in my head or at that moment, not just for the entire duration of whatever it is I'm doing. Maybe I go up to my neck position. Kind of work in there, right? Again, maybe using some of those half-step ideas. Some of the sliding stuff and things like that. And then, of course, because of the guitars that I tend to use, I have the whammy bar available too, so I can do things where maybe I play something and I use the whammy bar to do those bends or whatever it might be. So if we take a simple idea of a melody, for instance, let's say I was going to do something where I play, and I start thinking about all the different ways I might do something. There's a lot of different things. The point is that sometimes when you're doing things on the guitar, it's not just a matter of executing it. It's the way that you're executing it. It's the sound that you're giving it. It's the feel that you're giving it. So it's not just a matter of learning it, trying to get through it, but really expressing yourself as best you can through the dynamics that you use. And they might be volume things, or, I'm pointing toward the floor because my floorboard is there, but you might change the sound. Like if I switched over, let's say I switched to a little bit more mellow tone. So now I'm using, on the Synergy there, I'm using the Tweed Deluxe module, which I love the sound of this. When I'm doing... But see, if I go to, instead of being in my fifth position here for my pickup, if I move back to the fourth position, and I get a really nice sound. Notice it all can make a difference in the way that it feels to me and the way that I express myself when I'm playing. So maybe I'm in this position and I turn on a tube screamer. So I have... You see? So with that tone, it feels different to me and I react differently. Let's go back up to, now I'm using the Uberschall module. And then I can get more of that bite and use that in my playing. Sometimes. Now, again, you might not be a player that uses a whammy bar, or your style of playing is entirely different, and it's okay. My point is sometimes when you're practicing, don't just worry about fundamentally learning some element, but really explore how things feel to you and how things sound to you. Maybe in that moment, if you're really feeling it, explore all the different kinds of dynamic elements, soft picking versus hard picking, And then all the different ways that you can approach a phrase or an idea on the guitar that works for you. Whether you're pentatonic or diatonic, whatever, it doesn't make any difference. Just something to think about for the week that can really impact the way things sound to you and the way things sound to your listeners. So it's not just a matter of how much intellect you have or how much knowledge you have, but the way you approach things when you play. So anyway, take care, stay positive, keep practicing. Do me a favor, subscribe and like and share if you can. And as always, go ahead and check out GuitarZoom.com and check out our all-access guitar membership. So stay positive, and I'll talk to you soon, okay?